So the Oklahoma City Thunder believe that Russell Westbrook will not be rejoining them in this year's free agency. They believe that he is going to take his talents elsewhere. And I believe that they should, or any other team in the NBA should not trade for him. And here is why. The Thunder, at best, are probably going to be like maybe a 4 seed in the extremely tough Western Conference. And if you give them future assets, like I saw a couple of mock deals, it was possibly like D'Angelo Russell and Brandon Ingram for Russell Westbrook. He may resign with you, might not, but you're also giving away 2 potential superstars. There's no guarantee that he's going to either A, resign with you, or B, you're even going to get you're not going to make the playoffs if you're the Lakers. I mean, yeah, you have the best point guard, or probably second best point guard in the league, but you don't have anyone else around him. I mean, he can't carry the whole team by himself. He's not LeBron. And then if we look at the teams that could potentially trade for him, the only teams that it would make sense for are teams that are going to compete with the new Warriors. I mean, you look at a team like the Cavaliers, they're going to compete with them. They're probably going to be the NBA Finals for the 3rd year in a row, Cavs and Warriors. They don't need another point guard. They have Kyrie, probably the 3rd best point guard in the NBA. You look at a team like San Antonio Spurs. They could use him. They'll definitely compete with the Warriors at some point after they just added Pau Gasol. What are you going to give the Thunder for Russell Westbrook? He is probably the 2nd best point guard in the NBA, and they want nice, young, new talent. They probably don't want to do this well this season. They probably want a good pick in next year's draft. They probably want some future assets that are going to help them a whole lot in the future. I mean, who are you going to trade for him? I mean, you're going to trade Tony Parker? They want a young player, and I don't think that the Spurs have a young player, nor if they give up picks, they're not going to be very good picks, because the Spurs are probably going to be good for a while with Kawhi, LaMarcus Aldridge, and now Pau Gasol. So I just don't see any reason for teams to trade for him. I mean, he's going to be available next year's free agency possibly. The only way I would trade for him is if he signed an extension, because he's not the same as like Blake Griffin, if he gets traded to my Celtics, which is a possibility, he has a player option. Because if a team traded for like Blake Griffin, what they would have to do is Blake Griffin would have to accept his player option, and so he'd be on a 2-year deal, kind of just like what Kevin Love did for the Cleveland Cavaliers when he first got traded to them. So I don't think that if you do trade for Russell Westbrook, you don't give up much. You maybe give up a pick or 2 and a young player that will kind of help your team. Like, I would be fine if the Lakers gave up like D'Angelo Russell and then maybe like 1 pick for Russell Westbrook. Reason being is because I know D'Angelo Russell is a potential or future superstar, but it works out for both sides, because the Thunder probably won't do as well with D'Angelo this year because he's not progressed into what, he probably will be in a few years, just because he's still a young player. The Lakers also have problems with him after he snitched on Nick Young, and that's probably why they probably also want to get rid of D'Angelo Russell. So I see that trade working out well for both sides. Both sides get what they want. The Lakers get a new point guard. They also get a top 5 player in the NBA. And then they have Brandon Ingram, who's definitely probably contention for Rookie of the Year. No doubt there whatsoever. So I see that working out for both sides. Another team is my Celtics, who I would be pissed about. Because what it would be like Isaiah Thomas, Jaylen Brown, and either 1 or 2 Brooklyn picks. You were probably giving away 2 top 3 picks, a top, probably not 5, probably top 6, 7 point guard in the NBA, and the 3rd pick in the draft this year for someone who's not even guaranteed to come back next year. So, personally, I would give up Isaiah if Russell was willing to sign a long-term deal, and then we would throw in 1 of the Brooklyn picks. I don't know, can you trade? Because the Celtics have the right to swap picks with the Nets next year, so the Nets do have a pick in the draft next year. I don't know if you can trade picks that you have the right to. I know they could trade the 2018 Brooklyn pick because that was guaranteed from that stupid trade the Nets did where they traded for Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett. But I don't think, going back to my Russell Westbrook point, I don't think any team should trade for him. The only teams, like I said before, that should trade for him are teams that are possibly contending for a championship that can actually maybe compete a little bit with the Warriors. And I don't really see too many teams that are able to do that. So I also don't see too many teams that are up there, probably playoff teams that really need a point guard that badly. The Spurs, yeah, they could use a new point guard because they're age, but I don't think the Thunder are just going to give up Russell Westbrook for absolutely nothing. And he's not going to probably re-sign with the Thunder after probably the 2nd best player in the NBA left. But I wouldn't, if I was Russell Westbrook in his shoes, I I would be like, yeah, trade me. I don't want to be on this team anymore. But I would also be like, I'm not going to sign a long-term deal where I can make more money in next year's free agency, and I don't have to be on a team that's going to suck. So, personally, I don't think any team should trade for him. I don't think it's going to help any team compete for a championship like they think they're going to. No one's going to beat the Warriors, I don't think. So that is really it. That is my points about why no team should trade for Russell Westbrook. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to leave a like down below. If you guys want to discuss it with me, I'm more than happy to do that down in the comment section down below as well. And yeah, sorry for not uploading yesterday, but I'll make sure to continue my streak. I'm going to probably start a new one. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you guys all in the next one.